All right, gang, we are starting workout number 3 for our second week of quarantine workouts. Today we're going to start with a couple leg exercises. We'll be alternating. We're going to do one leg at a time on each exercise. And then we're going to transition to our upper body exercises, finishing with what is ultimately the bane of my existence these days, our IYTWM. Like I said at the start of this is going to be something we do on a weekly basis, especially if you're working from home, if you're spending a lot of time on the computer, much more so than you ordinarily would be, and in general, just not quite moving around as much. We want to make sure that posture through the shoulders stays engaged. We don't want to come back from the quarantine looking like we have no muscle structure or no posture. Big chest, good strong back muscles. So the first thing we're doing today is a single leg deadlift. Now, we're actually not going to need this. I'm just drinking my weights a little bit. What we're going to use is our gallon jug if you are able. I'll tell you right now, this movement is going to challenge your balance more than anything. So I'm going to give you a couple modifications, but again, we want to make this as tough as we can possibly make it. So starting with my gallon jug, maybe about 6 inches out in front of me, I want to be counterbalanced here. So if I am deadlifting with my right leg, I want to be lifting with my left hand. If I'm on my left leg, I want to be deadlifting with my right hand. If I'm all one side, that is going to do a lot more to pull me over. Doesn't make the exercise wrong, it just makes it more complicated than we need it to be to actually get a good leg and stabilizing workout out of this. So it's on my right side here. So starting with my left leg, I'm just gonna bend my knee slightly. That's all I need to do to get my foot off the ground. I'm going to hinge at the hip, grab onto my gallon, stand back up, keeping that leg bent. Gonna sit back, touch that to the floor, touch that to the floor. My core is my stabilization here. So again, if I go to the other side, sit that about 6 inches in front of me. Now I'm going to be moving my right leg. So again, just bend this leg, sit back into my hip, grab the jug, come up, keep the core tight. That is where your balance is. Now you can see I am a lot less stable with my right side. Totally natural. One side is probably going to be a little bit harder. So if the weight causes problems for you, I don't want you to mess with it. I want you to take the opposite hand. So if I am, or I'm sorry, the same hand. I want you to take the same hand and just touch the shin. That we're working. So if I'm right here, bend that right leg, keep my left arm straight. I don't want to just touch the knee. I want to sit back into it a little bit, come down a little further so that I can get my hand flush on my shin. Even though this is a balance exercise, a lopsided exercise, I still want to be slow. So, if moving in general, if you just cannot get a rhythm, if every time, even no weight, if we just start to go through this and just bending over, if you cannot do this, I want you to hold still. Think of this as a one-legged plank. So, still thinking of our movement. I want to put the hand on the knee and stay there. I've got my hip high helper right here. If I need a little bit of extra support, I'm telling you right now, this does not make it easier. So, 3 levels here. Having a weight you're doing a deadlift with, having no weight but going through the deadlift motion, or doing what we call a hip hinge, sitting in that position with any level of assistance you need. I want the burn to be there. So just staying in that position is really all we need to get some work out of it. After that, we are going into a makeshift Bulgarian split squat. So I'm going to adjust the camera for this because the way I'm placing my feet is a little bit different from the lunge, and I want to make sure that that's clear and you're able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So generally speaking, when I do my lunges, my heel is up and I'm on the ball of my foot. Using this position allows me to get those 2 90-degree angles I want out of that lunge position. Today, we're not doing a lunge, we are doing a single leg squat. And rather than just sitting to a bench or doing something like that, we're gonna kind of try to make it more of a Bulgarian position. So usually you would have the leg up on a bench, a box, something like that. You can pop your foot up on a couch. If you have a couple cushions or something, if you want to pile up, definitely go for it. But really, all we need to do is go from, with the back foot, go from this position to this position. And now I am not using my back leg as a loading structure. It is now my stabilization. So we're not going to have a 90-degree angle at the front leg. That's not a squat. To squat, that knee has to shift forward a little bit. So listen to your body mechanics. That is going to determine when you have gone too far. So basically getting set like usual. I know you can't see my back foot, but at this point you don't need to. You know what I'm doing. I'm up on the ball of my foot. Now I'm on top of my foot and letting this do all the work. Keeping my core tight and letting that front quad rather than the back quad really take the load there. So this can be a really uncomfortable movement on the back leg. Like I said, if you can put a little cushion, towel, something like that to kind of take some of that stress off, do. But again, having this here, if I need to utilize this so that I don't put a lot of that strain on my back foot, do whatever you got to do to make that movement functional. But try not to be on the ball of your foot. That's just going to confuse the movement, and we don't need that. So do your best. If you are just not able to do it, comment below, send me a message, all the usual stuff, and we'll figure out a variation. Now we're going to our upper body. We're back to our gallon jug. Here we're going to do single arm rows. Now, holding on to my hip high surface, I want to move this weight in a way that is perpendicular to my body, not perpendicular to the floor. You see how mangled this makes my shoulder, how uncomfortable that looks? It is. Don't do it. Don't think about being perpendicular here. Be perpendicular to your own body. Whatever weight you're using should be light enough to facilitate that. Because unless you have 50 or 60 pound weights at home, and again, why are you watching this video? You probably are able to do your own workouts well enough. So for those of us that don't, we're gonna grab our gallon jug, plant that hand, start out in front, get the elbow behind the body like I am putting this jug right in my pocket. From there, I just go back to that forward position, keeping this movement smooth and perpendicular to me rather than the floor. Again, I got a pretty strong upper body. That is not easy. I feel that significantly in my lat muscles. So, working that good tension, going through both sides, making sure you're staying perpendicular to your body rather than to the floor. That is going to be the main thing. If you are not feeling this, and in this muscle right here, you are probably not perpendicular. Float it out, pull that weight to your pocket. And the last thing is our I, our Y, our T, our W, and our M. So, 60 seconds on each deadlift, 60 seconds on each split squat, 60 seconds on each single arm row, 30 seconds each position for our, I gotta come up with a better name for that, but our finale today. So, start about 25 seconds. Get this on the floor where I need it. Man, I really, those, our alphabet drill really sucks. All right, so I am starting with my left leg, 60 seconds on the clock, and I'm already screwing it up. Keep that core tight, bring that up, and again, do what you have to do to make sure that other leg, that bent leg, does not touch the floor. If you're holding still right now, I bet it's burning. Halfway there. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is not fun. This is a deep burn, 10 seconds. Keep that core tight. And we switch. Make sure you're not just switching legs, you're switching hands as well. Again, don't feel like you're doing something wrong if one side is harder than the other. Keep that core tight. Past halfway. And try not to fold at the back either. Try to keep the back straight. Okay, now we go to our Bulgarian. want to minimize that transition. Sorry about that. Now, you can notice I'm not standing up all the way. I'm not locking my leg out. That is not the point, and I'm not really, to do that, I would kind of drag my foot forward. So, and that lack of a lockout is going to keep, switch, a lot of that tension on our quadricep, our quad muscles. So, oh my God. Work that position as long as we're working the movement. If your legs are on fire, feel like you're pumping battery acid, don't leave the position. If you can't do the movement, keep the tension on as best you can. 5 more seconds. 2, 1. All right. Oh, God. Working our perpendicular body row. Keep that out front. Pull the bottle to your pocket. Hold it there a second. Get a good squeeze. Don't let yourself lose that range of motion, that path for our weight. Whichever arm you have down, keep that elbow locked. And switch. Now I did forget to mention the positioning here. Whichever arm I'm working, I want that leg to be back. So whichever arm is supporting you, that should be the leg closer to your support. Pull that weight to your pocket, 15 seconds. 5 seconds left. And we go to our eye. I'm gonna work this as best I can. Got to bend my elbows a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, and my triceps are really trying to cramp up. Keep that core tight. And why? Why indeed? Why? Oh, why? Remember, we want to be sitting into this if we can. I am just trying to make sure my triceps don't cramp up. Whatever you have to do to facilitate the work, whatever position. I mean, this is not fun. It's not easy. Again, don't let yourself start to shoot your ribs out. Keep your core tight. Keep everything engaged. Oh, my triceps. This is agony. 10 seconds. And up, into our W. Good breaths, good position. 10 seconds, and then we go to our M. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh God, but I really hope I am not. Make sure you're in that straight up position. Don't come so far that it forces you over into a bad spot. Oh, keep those elbows up. 10 seconds. And we are done with this nightmare. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. That is workout number 3 for this week. Our single leg deadlifts, remember the modifications for that. Our Bulgarian, do what you can, but if you are just not able to work that position, again, shoot me a text, shoot me a message, leave a comment. We'll figure out a good modification. The row, again, if I'm rowing here, this hand is down, this leg is up, this leg is out of the way, so I can do the movement. Remember, keep it floating out front so that it is perpendicular to me, not the floor. And enjoy the alphabet drill. That's a terrible name. I'm gonna come up with something better, but for right now, that's all I got. Again, leave comments, message me if you have any questions. This is not because of this workout, so don't think you're gonna run into this. Like I said, I do these all in a row, so my triceps are just kind of smoked right now. Continue to take care, continue to stay safe and healthy. I will post more next week, and I will see you then.